Hey guys, Victor here. I wanted to look again at the Skywalker Attack. Now, in this opening, green goes here to create a counter threat on the red rook. Play continues, create a checkmate threat. Yellow takes, and then red is forced to take the green queen. So after you take back, prevent any checkbacks. And from here, yellow moves in, looking to take the light squared bishop. So after green takes back, red moves in check, and the blue queen comes out, potentially checking yellow, but more importantly, protecting this square, because blue does not want to see the rook being captured. So yellow takes that square, because then it also protects this square, which will be a check for yellow, and will thus lose the knight. So I concluded in the previous video that I think pawn forward is the best, and I'll go over that in a little bit. One reason why is because if you move over here after yellow takes the bishop, there's an available check on the king, which puts green in quite a predicament. But this check threat on green is actually not as much as consequence as I originally thought. So Icystun suggested that this looming check threat is just too powerful for red. So you move the pawn up, and then here is yellow. You have to follow through to prevent a nice developing move for the light squared bishop with tempo. Follow through plan. And then green goes over here, and this is a really aggressive square because it's attacking that pawn, this pawn. It can coordinate with the queen on many different levels. But the rook here, let's just see what happens if you don't check green to take the rook. If you don't, in this circumstance, you move over here, and then blue finds this very nice hole here. And what you have multiple threats going on at once. Take, check. You have that. You have this. It's just a very powerful square for the queen. So let's say you move up, you're thinking, okay, I can do this checkmate threat, I can block this idea. Well, then as green, you just move in. And red really can only put a check on blue, and blue just takes. And this is going to win a piece. So that variation doesn't really work out. So I think here, what you have to do is you have to take. Put green in check so that yellow can then win the rook, or rather trade the bishop, red's bishop, for the rook. So as Icystun pointed out, before getting the queen active, you don't want to see the yellow queen come in for a checkmate threat, and then the queen being attacked by the light squared bishop. So first you move the knight. So thank you, Icy. And then from here, following through with the plan, move up, green has to take back. And then, as red, you're facing this dilemma after the take back, which is going to be really costly. Because now, all of a sudden, blue has a nice little threat here based on the nice placement of the queen. So of course, you have to take the rook. You can't allow this to happen. So what you do as green is you just take the knight, because that knight could move in a spot really soon to create another check threat on green. So bishop up, only real piece that can be activated. Notice how passive red is in this position. the only active piece is the bishop. Whereas blue has a very active queen, soon to be active bishop, and green can coordinate with the knight, the bishop, and soon the rook. Already this is not looking too hot for red and yellow. After you take back, otherwise you lose a piece. So after you take back, one option is to move the knight up over here, but I think a more direct option is to move the knight here, foreseeing what yellow has in store as an idea. Now the idea here is to put blue in check and then take back after the queen takes the rook. But this green knight is here to prevent that, putting yellow in check. So if yellow does opt to move out, then blue can just take, and green is there to save the day. You win a bishop and a rook for a knight. Not to mention you have some creative ideas, but I think that just winning a piece by itself seems really safe. Another option, of course, is to, but that doesn't even work because still you have to get out of the way to capture back, and then the green knight is there to check the king. So I wanted to make this video because it seems to me a lot of these moves are forced. Specifically this key move right here, forcing this bishop capture based on a very powerful rook, which then ties yellow to taking back the rook, and thus opens yellow up to this nice little attack for the queen. In conjunction with this knight moving in for a timely check on yellow. I just don't see how you continue this opening. I don't really see it being a good variation for red and yellow. It's kind of a bummer because I really like this attack. But this defense, the Icystun-Rezacz defense, is really innovative and really impressive. Another reason why you move the pawn up over here, all the way back, not only is this not good, but also in the future that prevents blocking off the green knight. So, yeah, just a little quick point to make out. So, as always, if you think I missed anything, feel free to let me know, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.